Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
620. You can do that one.
You're listening to the City World Radio Network. High definition digital radio broadcasting from the city. www.cityworldradio.com.
Are y'all done?
I love that intro, man.
It's so amazing.
It's a sexy intro.
You supposed to like
Yes, it's coming out.
Trust the
It's on my
process.
SoundCloud, also along with our own podcast. Hey.
Here we go.
Yeah, we out here. We
See,
out here.
Just making sure we adjust everything.
Gotta
But
make
welcome
sure.
back, everybody. Welcome back to the Can We Not podcast. It's me, your host, Evan Combest, and my two co-hosts. We have
Okay.
and
Kenneth.
And here we are once again shooting in City World Radio. Shout out to City World Radio. Shout out to Sky's Crescent Radio. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to Tone, the producer. Shout out everybody who's listening on the
Thank you guys.
Live stream.
on the
Y'all are
live
faithful.
stream,
Y'all are faithful.
live.me.com. Come to the YouTube page,
Please.
youtube.com/c/Evan
More
Combest.
hilarity.
Search up Can We Not Podcast. We're also available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spreaker, everywhere we can find podcasts. We're on there. Shout out to the YouTube, everybody watching us on YouTube. Click that subscribe button, comment down below, hit that like button,
Smash it.
do everything that we
Share with your friends. There you go.
Please.
There you go. Now,
How you
all
do-
that being said,
How you doing, Evan?
How you doing, Evan?
don't be fake.
What you mean?
We
You
care.
got a lot to tell us.
We genuinely care.
Yeah.
Evan, how are you?
I'm doing great. That Panda's not here.
Yay, no more
Oh
depression on
yeah,
that
where
side.
is that guy?
I
thought he was gonna stay on the show.
I got a memo. I got a memo from security. Apparently they saw a homeless panda outside.
They finally kicked him out.
Yeah.
No, they're extinct.
They, no. It sounds like more like
You got rid
get
of
the
him.
strap.
He's
Gotta
outta
get the
here.
strap.
Thank God.
He's out. He's
You're out of here, buddy.
Sorry, Bucko.
You're out of here, buddy. But yeah, he's going.
For this episode, he'll be back in the future. We apologize in
He's on
advance.
hiatus.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show. You guys will see him. We'll also have a lot of other guests.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people who want us to hit us up. They want to be on the
Yes.
show. If you want to be on the show,
Yes,
feel free to hit us
please.
up
In
and
our-
we
And our,
We are
respect
we
the
are
social
taking
medias.
Exactly.
We are
yeah.
taking people.
Yeah.
Just taking numbers
And
now.
if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see it. But if you're watching the video, all of our social medias will be appearing under us in the visuals.
And we'll possibly say it like later on in the show, but
Of
No,
course,
we don't
Yeah.
need to do that. That's wild.
we don't have to because I'm going to
We don't
edit
have
it
to.
in.
Yeah, it's
Put it
already
in the
there.
I know, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it.
Let's get. Wait, we asked Evan how he is. He didn't ask us how we are.
He didn't even say how he was. You
No,
see how
he's-
much he's
no,
deflecting?
no,
No. He's a master of this. If you ever chill with Evan, you will never know anything about him until you actually get to know him. See, every damn week. Oh, God, you're a cheater. Aren't you? You're a cheater, aren't you? Yeah, I'm not holding that back.
Jesus,
I'm not holding that back. So how are you doing? I want to actually legitimately know. How are you doing, Evan?
I've had a very long week.
Oh, okay.
And
Good or bad?
No, it's just long.
Oh,
It-
okay.
it- honestly, it feels like I haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks.
You saw me
It
on
fe-
Thursday.
It feels like we haven't been here in 2 weeks.
Okay, that makes sense.
It feels good to be here
Yes,
in the room,
yes.
making some great content for the viewers.
Yep.
So, are we ready to dive in? You guys,
Let's do it.
How are you guys?
I'm chilling.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Finger guns. We
Let's
just
fucking-
got to do. No.
I'm just finger banging my co-host. That's what we do.
I gotta go, man. Nah,
finger
nah.
banging my co-host.
Episode over.
Nah, bro.
All right.
I can't.
Rock. I can't be doing.
I can't finger bang y'all.
Not at all. Not.
Wow.
Wow.
Send me my check.
Y'all different.
Send me my check.
Y'all acting brand
I am
new.
done, bro. I am done. Now I gotta come back. All right. Nah. I'm coming back for that. Nah. All right, let's get into it.
It's our first topic. I want to talk about the NFL.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the NFL.
Appropriate music choice.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Evan.
That's
Yo,
what I'm out here doing.
Came prepared.
I haven't.
it's genuine when it comes from me.
It's not
Go ahead,
working.
take
See,
it.
see, go ahead, find your button. Go ahead, find your button.
Y'all supposed to be talking about I do that, but
No.
back to the NFL.
Go ahead.
For those of you who don't know, the NFL Madden games coming out, they released a soundtrack for it, and in one of the songs, I think it's Big Bank with YG
and Big Sean
and Nicki Minaj. In Big Sean's verse, they censored the word Kaepernick.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
For the second year in a row, they have bleeped his name out of the soundtrack.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's 2 years in a row that they have done this, and I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous. Because then they try to put out a statement saying that it was an accident, and me, I'm just like, I'm not buying that, because you don't accidentally go into a song that's already edited. And I know this.
We already chopped this up. Oh, they know.
Process,
yeah, because
submitted.
This is a single. It's on the radio.
It's been mastered.
Exactly. It's been mixed and mastered. It's
wow.
You go in there, you dig in the song, and then you edit it out. Then it comes out to the public, and everybody's like, "Yo, why'd you do that?" They're like, "Oh, it was some type of mistake, and we have to like adjourn and fix it." It's like, no, bro.
Record scratch.
Wait, do all the Madden executives have that voice? Oh my God! Wait. Oh,
just the ones that I listen to.
Just the ones that sounded like Penguin.
Oh my God! We're sorry.
But that's what they did, and the public came out and they were very outraged by it. They was like, yo, this is mad messed up, we're not gonna buy it. So then they came out trying to make it sound like it was a mistake, but I'm not buying that. I don't believe it, and I've already slowed down on watching the NFL.
Really?
I'm already I've been slowly but surely not watching it because I'm just not happy with what's going on. It's just getting more and more obvious what they're doing over there. And I was just asking you guys, are you watching? Do you watch NFL? You watch football?
I'm like one of those, I'm gonna subscribe when the Super Bowl's coming up. All right, playoffs coming up. But year round now.
But even
I'm not really checking.
But you remember last season where they were going to have Jay-Z on there? They offered him the money, and Jay-Z declined.
He said no.
And then they tried to make it sound like we didn't offer him any money.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how
trying to save face.
That sound like a dude.
That
sound like a dude who's like, I didn't slide any DMs. What do you? No.
Yeah, they try to act like it didn't even happen.
No problem.
They lying on.
We need to move along. That ain't no problem. Well,
Yeah. Ken, have you watching football this season?
No.
Yeah. I think it's a dub for them.
To ask your full opinion on this, do you feel there's anything they can do before the season starts up that will make you say, you know what, all right?
This season?
Yes.
No.
Nothing. Not even
this
like,
season.
okay, we're gonna revoke this and rebuke what we did.
It's too much I'm all for the betterment of things and you want to change it and make it better. But this season, they already tried to start it off the gate by trying to say, before preseason even started, they came out with the rule saying all players have to stand for the national anthem. And then if you're going to not stand for it, you got to go into the locker room. And then people already tried to they was like, no, we're not feeling this. And then they reneged on it. So it's very obvious what they're trying to do. But the public isn't having it, and I'm just saying,
what would you say
for all the listeners, just stop watching it. The responsibility isn't with the players because at the end of the day, they work really hard to cultivate their talent and get on that stage and make the money to support their friends and their family, and that's their job at the end of the day. And if at the end of the day, honestly, the bottom line is if the NFL don't want them in the league, they'll replace them with some third string quarterback or some third string running back, and they'll get them out of here. Some other dude with the same jersey, same number, you won't even notice
just
it.
Replace
some cookie cutter dude.
The amount of shift that happens season to season with the NFL, you don't even notice certain players get traded and moved.
That's why I step back. I was like, I can't really keep up.
They can just remove players that we love, take them out of the game if they're not doing what the NFL wants them to do. So the responsibility doesn't fall on the players; it falls on the viewers. If we stop watching it and we tell the NFL, "Hey, we're not watching any of your games until we see X, Y, and Z amount of changes," and then make sure that they're sincere about it and not just doing it for money, then we can start watching it again. Until then, I'm not putting any more. I'm not watching no more NFL, no more football. I might watch a highlight on Twitter if it's from an account that's not connected to the NFL. As long as they're
ABC.
not, or ABC, they're not sponsored. You know when they say that if it's pirated,
he's gonna be there right after the game. Like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I got him.
I got him.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on. So if you're doing that, then I'll watch it. I'll watch a highlight because sometimes OBJ be wilding. I need to see that. I need to see that. I do need
glad to see his ankle doing better. I'm glad to see his ankle doing better with that shaky challenge.
Yeah, with that shaky challenge.
That video.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys saw that video. That was Drake video, Kiki.
Yes.
I like how he.
This isn't a music podcast.
It's not, but hey,
Nobody cares.
That's your opinion, buddy.
Like me, ew.
Are you guys watching NFL though?
Not at all.
Nah.
Not even the Super Bowl.
Nah.
Not even the Super Bowl?
No.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Because that's the hardest one to not watch.
Exactly. Like that's the one that gets the most press coverage. Like no matter what, I feel like if anybody like even watches that game, they're gonna give in to what the NFL wants and all those team owners wants. Like hey, we need the viewership, so we're gonna put out all these like great ass commercials and have these two great teams play. No matter what the stuff behind the scenes is happening, like, yo, you guys need to watch. No, I'm not going to watch that shit. I'm not going to subscribe to that shit because it's not fair. It's not right for these players to not be able to speak up for what they believe in and what they know in their hearts is wrong. So for the team owners to be acting this way, I can't support that at all. So I'm not watching NFL at all.
I was going to give you the applause, but
Remember from last week?
that's my shit. That's kind of higher up on my priorities.
I only like tall.
I didn't feel like touching my soundboard. I'd rather adjust my chair.
Move
But
Lonzo.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem, Evan.
moving on, that's how we feel about it, guys. Let us know how you feel about the NFL, whether or not you're going to be watching it. Please comment it down below or hit us up on our respective social medias. Now, moving on to the next topic. From the NFL to the NBA. There was this big story going around this whole past week about Blake Griffin paying child support
Oh,
to his baby
Okay.
mom, and he's ordered to pay 9% of his income, which comes out to be over $3 million.
$3 million
A year.
Yeah, $3 million.
$3 million a year.
For both kids because I believe it's 260 a month. Yeah, 260,000.
I thought it was 253.
It's like 250. I'm mad we're doing the numbers like, oh,
No,
we got
it's a big.
Count his pockets now.
We got to get the visor and shit,
Yeah, exactly.
like that adding machine. Nah, I feel like it was a bigger number than that. Like I think it was 258, so I'm just rounding it up to 260, which is still, to me, it's still a ridiculous amount because like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter compare it to other like
Why
players'
would that be a
contracts.
ridiculous amount though.
Because
that's his child though.
Yeah, no, it's both his kids. One, but the fact that he's being forced to pay this much, which is more than like some great players in the league, like namely Isaiah Thomas. He's paying more than what Isaiah Thomas is getting paid this current season.
Damn.
That
Yo.
nigga is broke
Yo,
as
he could
hell.
start a whole damn mixtape off that. It's like, yo, that's why I pay more child support than you get paid in a year. Ooh.
That's what I'm here for. This man with a soundboard. That's my mission.
Honestly, I feel like that 9% is justifiable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's your kid.
Yeah.
And obviously they had to agree upon this number in court, right?
Well, it's
Or
not.
is it
It's
like
not.
just, is it,
It's
is
not
it
a
It's
whole
not.
lot.
It's a prerequisite.
It's
Like
prerequisite.
the father has to
But
pay.
still.
Yeah, the father has to pay 9% of his I think monthly income to the mother for the kids.
And
so
the mom only held the kid for like 9 months. So, I mean, 9% is only
1% for a month. Just running the numbers.
certain.
you're the number man.
I got my data crew sending me stat sheets right now. Just
the
like
Twitter feed for
ESPN.
It's the draft stuff.
Yeah, modern day ESPN guys.
Oh yeah.
But no, my question was, because it's such a large amount of money,
Yeah.
and most men already have issues with child support and giving money to the women or the baby moms, and they feel like the money's not going directly to the child, that the mom taking the money and doing whatever she wants with it. And it's like, should there be a cap on how much you can give in child support, like a monetary cap, not percentage wise, but like all right, you're only able to get 50,000
Per child.
Yeah. That's the cap. Anything else that would be acquired in that percentage of the 9% would go to a bank account that nobody can touch. Only the child can touch after he turns 18.
Nah, I feel like there's a lot of gray area with that. Because it's like, okay, if you're going to say that, then you also got to analyze the lifestyle that that child has to be involved in.
You have to protect the anonymity.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
You can't just say, oh, well, here, only 50 G's. Meanwhile, you guys are
Still a lot
billionaires,
of
billionaire
money.
family. It is
Then
a
live
lot of
with
money,
me.
but
Then just live with
Just
me.
live with
Then
me.
if I'm
Come
the
to
dad,
South Jamaica, Queens.
I have the money. Live with me.
See, there's
Your
that.
mother came from the streets.
But
I
She
met her
can
in
go
the
back.
strip club. Throw her
don't
back.
make me give you
back to the hood. Give your mom back to the hood. Live with me.
I said
Live with
something
me
else.
and my
I
mom.
thought
My
you
mom
said we're
take
not.
care of you.
I thought you said we're not a music podcast.
We're not. He started singing, not me.
You sang with him.
But you,
I didn't sing
you
with
did.
him. I said I found you in the streets. You tell me what song that is.
Street life. It's the only life I know.
Boo, get the fuck out of here.
Just want to make sure. But how do you guys feel about that? Like you said, a lot of gray area. You seem to feel very...
No, I have to agree. It's a lot of gray area because it's not only like how you were saying, protect the anonymity of the child. It's like, what if the child has like medical issues that they have to like account for, like diabetic or things like that, like that they need to be monitored and
then
like.
Can't they the hospital just charge the father?
Well, shouldn't that be included in? Should that be included?
Put it on my
tab. should that be included in the child support?
In my hypothetical, it would be.
Yeah, so
like any extra monetary, like for medical reasons or things like that.
Yeah, like if they break their arm,
it
or
goes
like
straight to the dad.
Okay, which is fine, but it's like for you to say like, oh, there should be a monetary cap, like, you know, you never know what could happen. Like, God forbid, Blake Griffin could break his leg tomorrow, and then he'd be out of the money. He won't be. Well, he's not out of the money, but he's not going to get as much money the next time.
It can ruin his career.
Exactly. You know, so then all that money is going to immediately decrease the next time like his contract comes along. Like I believe this is his contract year. So at the end of the season, when he's talking to his agent and talking to the Pistons and talking to them like, yo, I need more money. Why? You just broke your leg. But my kids, please, I got to pay this much. That sounds like a you problem, my dude. Like,
that's funny. That's a you problem. But I get you. I'm not business. That's how it is.
Exactly.
Yes, I get it.
I get it. Kanan right now. You sound like a you problem.
We'll get to power later.
We'll get there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I was gonna use the child support conversation. I like this. I want to try to get a little personal.
Okay.
Whoa.
You know,
I don't got no kids. Stop.
Have we? I've grown up with.
Me neither. Just to let everybody know.
I have grown up. No, it's about growing up.
No.
Talking about growing up. I grew up with a single mom. Have you guys grew up with a single mom?
Yes.
Strong single mom. Strong.
Lonzo. That ain't no problem. Huh? Ain't no problem.
I gave it to you. You didn't have to sing it.
I like doing it. I do my own stunts.
Okay, I don't know what that does for you.
Your own vocal stunts.
But so Akai, you grew up with a single mom.
Yes.
We know your situation. Kenneth, you said in the last episode. If you guys didn't get it, then watch the last episode. You'll pick up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how like the child support situation was held with your mom and dad?
We didn't get shit.
I hate to laugh, but damn.
No, but I'm just saying. Well, I mean, it was a different situation.
We didn't get shit.
Yeah.
No, but it was a different situation. They weren't married. And, you know, it was just one of those things. I mean, I understood why, but at the end of the day, I understand also the other side of that is just, you know, my mom was just a very hard worker. She hustled, you know, she was able to, you know, do what she had to do. She did it on her own, and I'm a product of that.
Yo,
and I'm glad for that. Yeah. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to Mama Ramsey.
Mama Ramsey. Yeah, no, but see, listen.
Holding it down.
Holding it down. I know Mama Ramsey still hates you for them ice cubes, though. See, just to quote the friendship, you know.
Where's my button?
Where's my he's sitting there looking for buttons? Here, go ahead, find it. Burner.
Get the fuck out of here.
To his mom?
To my mom?
You rude.
No, you for bringing it up.
Burner.
Sorry, somebody got to get the... Oh.
That was the wrong
blast them.
Why y'all trying to get me, man?
Come at this dude.
Why y'all trying to kill me? I don't appreciate
about to
this
battle
hostility.
rap you.
I really don't appreciate
You
this
don't
hostility.
appreciate. Yeah, okay.
That y'all are coming
See,
at
you
me,
can
man.
have all the hostility and the smoke right now.
Why y'all coming at me with that?
No, you just he's like, word, this how you feel? This really how you feel?
Nah, but I honestly only bring it up because of whatchamacallit. Me growing up, I had to deal with child support. My father was married to another woman.
Okay.
Yeah, my father was married to another woman, so my dad had to give my mother child support.
Yeah.
But they tried to make their own agreement. They tried not to get the courts involved.
Oh, okay.
So maybe a lot of my only reason why I asked you guys, because maybe a lot of our listeners have gone through that type of situation where I've heard stories about people who have gone through child support and they try to like keep the courts out of it, so that way they can just have their own little settlement. They get that and everybody's cool. And, you know, we don't got to make a big scene out of this. We can co-parent together. We don't have to be dramatic.
Yeah,
I got you.
I was speaking about it because I remember this one time. This is my dad, all right. It was like, I don't know what the agreement was, but my dad picked me up, took me to get a haircut, and brought me to KFC. We're sitting in the parking lot after we get food, and then he gives me an envelope, And I've never dealt with this before. He just gives me an envelope. He's like, yo, hand this to your mom's. I didn't know what this was. It was a check for $25. And I didn't know what the fuck. What? This is a real story. This is a ghetto story. A true ghetto story.
Wait a minute. You put the check for $25 in an envelope like it was big money. I'm sorry. Yeah, nah. Let your moms hold it. Yo,
did you get chicken grease on the check?
With your life.
Did you get chicken grease on the
Guard
check?
this check with your life.
I was 7. I didn't know how to handle a check. I'm thinking, to me, this was big bucks. Come on, man, yo, you give mom's 25. I can't even get $5 out of you for the week to go to school.
Hey, you got that check I sent you with the boy? What you mean you ain't get it?
No, when I got home and gave that to my mom, oh, she was livid. She was
because
livid.
of the chicken grease, or
she was like, let me, James, you better get your ass back. Yo, yeah,
I gotta come out with it.
yeah, it was.
Where you got?
Yeah,
Slow
I
down.
chill with the soundboard, man.
Slow
You know.
down.
You
yeah.
know.
All right.
Respect the viewers.
Yeah,
Respect you.
but yeah, my mom was wilding, and my dad was definitely wilding.
Jesus.
I just wanted to share that story.
that's
Just say you don't learn more about me. I don't share much. I shared.
Share
Are you
that
happy?
check for $25. Yeah, damn straight. That's right.
Are you happy now?
Did you
Sure.
Did you give any chicken to her?
What?
I mean, you went to KFC. You didn't bring her back a bucket.
No.
Oh,
He didn't get a bucket for her.
No.
Wow.
That's wild.
He got something for me and my brothers.
And
Yeah,
all
give
your
this-
I don't blame him for that. Looking back on it, like, I gave you the check. Get your own.
he used the check.
Get your own, lady. I fed mines. Get your own. Shout out to my dad.
Yeah,
I love you,
shout
Dad.
out all parents.
I love you,
All
Dad.
parents everywhere.
That's my dad. That's my dad, all right.
Big bucks.
But speaking about money and children, I want to move on to another story that I saw on Twitter this week. It was about a man dating a woman who had 3 kids by 2 different dads. He was the dude she's dating is not the father of any of her children. And she sends him a text message about, hey, my sons need to go on a class trip today. They're telling me last minute I need $20 so they can go on the trip.
Okay.
And he responds saying, nah, I don't got it.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I don't. She's like, what? He's like, I don't got it. You should ask your children's fathers.
Understand?
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Nah, I wouldn't do that.
You got receipts?
I'm a fun. Yeah, y'all
got
talk
receipts.
about the story while I look for
That's
it.
crazy. That's crazy. Why not ask the kids' fathers for the money because they're the fathers? Like both dudes don't got $10 to rub together and like send the kids.
$10.
Like
Count
neither
the
one of them got 40 quarters so they can send these kids.
Wait a minute.
Like,
Did you really do the math?
I sure did.
Yo, we running a lot of numbers
There
today.
you go.
You opened his phone. I saw.
Yeah,
put it face down. Go
calculator,
ahead.
man. But I got the story. You ready to do this dramatic read, guys?
Dramatic read. All right.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back one more week, one more story. We got some more for you. That's right. Drama for your mama. We're back with Evan Combest on the scene, ready to read the stories and give it to you and not be boring. Evan, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready, Jenny.
Voice gets deeper and deeper every week.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm so disappointed. I'm
Guys,
so
I'm
disappointed.
here to read the story, guys. She hits him up. I need $20. He's like, $20 to do what, babe? My kids have a trip tomorrow, and they ain't tell me today. Shaking my head. Oh damn! They just gonna have to not go, babe. You told me too late.
Told me too late.
End the conversation. That's it. That's it. Don't read no more. That's it. They just not gonna go.
No, he said you told me too late, and she's like, "Wow, you can't give me $20, babe. You're gonna have to ask the kid's father for that kind of stuff." And then she sent the laughing emoji and was like, "You know what? I don't even want to talk to you no more." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but me giving you money will never work unless you're my wife. I'm sorry. You got 3 kids by 2 niggas for those kids. Those men got to give you the money for that, sweetie."
Please
said,
continue.
"You can't
He is
be-
not wrong. Go
You
ahead.
can't be asking me for that kind of stuff." Shaking my head. Okay. Listen, ask their fathers like it's their children. They need to give you the money for those things like that. It's their responsibility. She says, okay, if you want parts of me, I would think I could come to you and ask you for help. Clearly, I was wrong. They dad don't have it, so I figured I'd have to ask you, but it's cool. You're a selfish and mean, but want what you want. I know it's their dad's responsibility. I asked them first, but I'm a single mom. It's cool. I'll get it, because when it comes for me and my kids, I'll take care of them. I'll borrow it from someone else anyway. And she was like, sweeties, if their dad don't got $20, tell them to pay for their kids to go on that damn trip. And if it's too late, then stop stressing yourself out. They just won't go on the trip, and that's okay. There'll be plenty of other trips in the future. She's like, I asked a favor, something you can get back. Just leave me alone. And then he was like, if you had asked me for $20, I doubt you were going to pay me back. You said, and I quote, wow, so you can't give me $20? That means you ain't borrowing it. You wanted me to give you the money and not expect to give it back. I do not give people my money. Sorry. And no problem, I'll leave you alone because you're mad at the wrong nigga. Direct that energy to the kids' fathers. Contact the kids' fathers and get the money from them. And then she says, well, where I asked him first, and if getting money was a problem, I would have gave it back. Listen, don't cuss at me because you're cussing at the wrong nigga. Direct that energy at those kids' fathers. If they don't got the money, then the kids don't got to go on the trip. Period. It's not the end of the world. There'll be plenty more trips in the future. She's like, boy, bye. He says, I'm a grown man and I have kids. And if I had kids, who I would never let my kid's mother ask another nigga for $20. Never. Again, I ain't no boy. You're directing your energy at the wrong nigga. Be mad at those two bum ass niggas, not me.
Hey, there you go. Get
up for yourself, my man.
That's my son. That man is a king. That man is a king. Can we get some royal music up here? Yeah, a round of applause for that man right there. Give it to him. What? She out here that upset that she can't get $20 for kids that don't belong to that nigga. She wrong for that. She wrong for that. She is absolutely wrong for that because like he said, those are not his kids. He doesn't have to pay. If he wanted to pay, he's more than welcome to, but since he declined, she shouldn't be getting angry at him. She should, like I said, she should be directing that energy to both those fathers who somehow don't have $10 to rub together each to go like, oh, here you go, send my kids on that trip. Go ahead, don't ask me for nothing else this month.
You Shaq?
Yeah.
I mean, daddy. Just the way that the mom went about that situation was inappropriate.
Yes,
it was wrong.
Yes. Like she wasn't wrong for asking, but she was wrong in her response to him saying no.
How do you feel, Akai?
Honestly, I feel there was more than enough time to say, yo, if that's how you really feel as a mom, then, just take the L, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, both people were right and wrong in their own sense. He could have easily just said, you know what? All right, it's your kids, $20. Right.
I mean, if he was going to give her the $20, he would have just gave it to her flat out. But I think the way she went about it was why he didn't give the money.
Yeah,
exactly. There was a principle.
The fact that she kept carrying on the way that she did, he's like, yo, get off my line. Get off my phone.
I mean, it just, goes to show how the relationship will progress and, definitely won't be anything good for him.
She just kept asking. He was looking at her like,
Stop. No.
I'm not giving you this money.
Leave me alone.
You're not getting any of it. But I'm saying, like, for a woman to ask for, like, money or whatever, I've had situations like that where, a woman who's had kids that aren't mine asked me for money for the child. And in a way, like, you feel wrong to say no to that type of situation because you don't want to do that to a child because the child is innocent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, geez, lady.
Jeez, lady.
Yeah, it's like,
jeez, lady.
What happened this week, lady?
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Come on, please.
Oh, jeez. Come on. Are you Morty now?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
jeez.
Like, come on. Don't put me in a situation. No, I'm just saying, don't put me in that situation. I don't like, cause now I feel guilty and I feel like a jerk for saying no when it's a situation I'm not responsible for in any way, shape, or form.
Not even that. It's not even like thing of feeling bad. Now, if he had said yes, that's going to start a vicious cycle of her constantly asking. Then he's going to keep feeling guilty about not giving money, so he's just going to keep giving money, and then the price is just going to keep getting higher and higher and higher, and the amount of money that he's going to give is just going to keep growing.
And if anything, he was setting the standard, like you said. He was setting the precedent of like, look, I'm not gonna. If this is how we're gonna ask for money, then I'm not giving it to you, no matter what the amount is.
He did say, like, at one point, like, oh, we're not, committed to that level of marriage yet.
Yeah, he said, you're not my wife.
I mean, it makes sense. It's justifiable. He set a boundary, he set a standard.
Yeah, so he's right for that. Good.
Exactly.
I'm glad we all can agree on that. So, guys, you let us know what you think of that topic.
If you disagree, if you're wrong and you disagree, go ahead. Try and prove that you're right, but just know that you're wrong. Go ahead.
And if you're gonna tweet about it, please use the hashtag #CanWeNotPodcast along in there, and make sure you let us know. We'll be looking for those tweets and those responses, and we'll bring it up on the next show. So, like I said, please tweet us, hit us up on our personal social medias, and we'll get back to you.
Let us know
eventually. Eventually. Moving on to the next topic, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's getting serious. Oh, no. Take a sip, because you sound like you're about to start coughing again.
No, I'm not.
Are you ready? Oh, go ahead.
It's not.
It's getting emotional.
It's about pride.
Oh.
It's about pride. So, and I saw this story going around. It wasn't a story. It was just it's a topic or whatever, just going around. I was asking my friends. I have a lot of friends who's in relationships, friends who are married, and we talk about a lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting into discussion about proposing. If you're gonna propose to your girlfriend, or propose to your significant other, if you propose to your girlfriend in public, is she allowed to say no in public, or should she say yes and then pull you to the side later on and then tell you no?
So the producer is off camera.
He's like,
"Oh, you want a mic, bro?"
No,
we got a special guest.
You snatched the one from Stephon last week, bro. Come on.
He wanted to know. Tone wanted to know. He was like, "Yo, this dude talking wild."
There you go.
We gotta set him up. Get him up.
Get him
a
mic.
Talk,
Get him.
give him a mic.
Go ahead.
Give him a mic.
Y'all talk.
All right.
I find this topic.
Yo, you're not even on.
He's not even on. He ain't even on.
Bro, you're not
now
even
you're
on.
on. Now you're on. There you go.
There we go.
Talk that talk.
There he is.
No, I thought this was an interesting topic. That's why I was stroking my beard.
Yeah, he was long stroking his beard too. He was like,
actually, I don't know if this is the case with you guys, but I think I'm the only person in this room who's actually proposed to somebody.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, years ago. What, I get a sound effect for that?
He gets the sound effect.
Do you have the sound of an L? Because it ended up not happening.
That's the biggest L in history.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the sound my bank account made when I bought that ring.
Oh, damn! You went through the whole process?
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
Lasted about a month. But interesting topic, guys. I want to see what you guys have to say about this.
He's like, you guys better say the right word. I live this life.
The girl that I asked, she said yes.
Really?
Yeah, she said yes.
okay.
But
You just out here playing with the buttons. Let him tell his story.
But the thing is, our engagement only lasted about a month because I got to see who she really was during that time.
Ooh.
But I would have rather had taken the L and her tell me no. But everyone's case is different.
Hey, everyone's. Yeah.
That's very true.
Life teaches lessons.
There you go.
Let me just focus on present.
There you go. The more you know. There you go.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
Thank you,
Tone.
Tone.
Thank you.
Can you give him a round of applause on the soundboard, please? Hey,
Thank you for setting the tone,
there you
Tone.
go.
Thank you for setting the tone,
There you
Tone.
go. Thank you, Tone.
Made sure.
Tone
Game
the
of
man.
tones right there. No.
So what do you guys think? Hearing from a man who's been married before and then proposed. I mean, not married, well, proposed. But what do you guys feel about that? Are y'all rock, paper, scissoring? Yo, y'all scissored each other. Y'all
right.
both got scissored.
Nah, he can go.
Y'all scissored
You can
each
go
other.
first.
No, listeners, they scissored each other. Please watch the video.
Please watch the video.
They scissored each other.
Oh, so it's more hype just to watch the
These
YouTube
niggas
channel.
is smoke.
They using scissors.
These niggas eating babies. Oh god.
Can we not? Can we
Oh
not?
god.
Can we not?
All right.
No, okay.
Rock
Kenneth,
paper.
you can
rock
go
paper
first.
simpletons. That's
Rock,
what we
paper,
are.
simpletons.
Yes. Go
All
ahead.
right. So
Rock and paper.
That might be the
Champ.
title.
Champ.
So So if you propose to your significant other in public, and would you rather her say no, or would you rather her say yes for the time and then pull you to the side and then explain why she would feel no? I feel like to save myself embarrassment at that point in time, say yes, and then when we get home or be alone and just explain like, yo, I didn't want to embarrass you, but I can't marry you right now because X, Y, and Z. I'd rather that, because say we're out in public, we're out like a carnival or like in a restaurant, and I get down on one knee, like creasing up my J's.
In a carnival?
Yeah. Yeah, like take her to Six Flags, like get to the top of the Ferris wheel. Like,
this is
girl,
why she-
I mean everything.
This is why she didn't want to say no in front of you.
That's a fact, exactly, because she didn't want to embarrass me in front of fucking people at Six Flags. Exactly.
She's getting proposed to at Six Flags. I think she was embarrassed enough for the both of you. I'm sorry. Yo, girl, we going to this.
I know this is hypothetical, but that hurt.
I'm sorry, but
That shit hurt. I thought you were my friend.
Listen, man, after what we've been talking about the past 3 episodes, I thought y'all was my friends.
I haven't got cheated on.
Yo, y'all need to chill.
This is her again.
But go ahead.
My thoughts on it. Life teaches you lessons. So if you're going to get that lesson of like, hey, you know, you're going to do this in public, be prepared for the consequences.
I agree with that.
I feel like it's
Stop
best.
interrupting.
Who's going to talk?
You.
No. Stare down.
So, yeah, go back to what you
I
saying.
feel like life teaches you many lessons. That's a big lesson to say, you know what? If you're really going to put yourself out there for that person, you might as well just be prepared for the consequence. You know, you have to realize that if this person's going to say no and you're going to publicly display your affection for this person and they just so happen to say no, that's they can do that.
I can see that.
Everybody's in touch. Stop interrupting.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
You can't say that to hip. I just to button it, to really get the point across before I pop a cap on somebody and make it happen.
That's gonna be the that's gonna be the thumbnail for the video.
That's the thumbnail. There you go. No, just to button it. I just, if you're gonna be prepared to publicly announce like your love and profess it to somebody, then just be ready for the consequence. It shouldn't be like, oh, they can't do that. That's a person. They're reacting in the moment. Let them react.
You're right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's a lie.
No, I really do. No, I agree with you. I don't even have nothing to add on that. If you're going to take that risk, that's what it is. Because imagine if you like, that she says yeah, and you're like, yeah, hype as hell. You're like, you posting it on Instagram, you're telling family members,
You
and then
look stupid.
She hasn't seen it yet, and so let's say like she waits a day or two, or like over the weekend she posts it.
Wow.
Like,
Why would
how soon is she supposed to wait?
till we get home, nigga?
What if her no? Let's say like you do all of that, you get the blessing, you pull all her family and friends there, and she says yes, but she doesn't mean yes. So now she has to go to her friends and her family to be like, oh, I'm going to let them know. But while she's doing that, you're posting it, you're hype as hell, and now you got to deal with that embarrassment.
Yeah.
And then you got to take it down.
It's embarrassment
I can
either
see
way.
that, yeah.
But at the same time, it goes back to what I said last week. People don't like feeling stupid.
That's what I said.
They don't like that.
It's a pride.
So it's a pride thing. It's manfidence. That's what it is.
Manfidence?
Manfidence.
I like that word.
Manfidence. We just be making up words. Manfidence.
That was whack.
Whatever. That's what we think about this topic. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you could propose in public and they can say no in public, or whether or not you feel they should pull you to the side and say no. You can let us know what you think in the comments down below, or hit us up, tweet us with the Can We Not Podcast hashtag. We'll check it out and let you guys know what we're doing. Now, before we go to our next topic, I also want to make sure we shout out Clothes by Jade, our sponsor for today, that we have sitting on this table. If you're watching the video, we have Clothes by Jade.
I might need that right there.
His shirt comes from an exclusive Chicago to New York line. And
that's dope.
Yeah, he's a Chicago-based clothing designer. His name is Jay Bradford, and he makes all these nice little clothes. So
yeah,
you'll find more clothes like that on his website and his Instagram.
I like it.
We'll
it's like
put
one
it
of
in
those
the
like
description.
stone wash kind of like acid wash kind of designs and whatnot, and then like the logo. It's like it's dope. I like it. Wait, what's that say on the bottom? Your destiny is waiting.
Yeah, and it's upside down. So
Hey.
what's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. You got to hit up Jay.
Hit up Jay. Hit up Jay.
We'll try and
Hit
get
him
him.
up.
We'll get him on the show and ask him why it's like that.
Do we have to? I mean,
Can we not?
Can we not get guests on our show? You
guys,
already
we don't
said
have
it.
that much time left, and I want to hit 2 more topics before we
Yes.
close out the show.
Yes.
Before we get, should we do power now or wait?
Yeah, let's do power.
Yeah, let's
now.
do power. Yeah,
Let's keep power
quick.
short.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Power short.
What'd you think?
Good episode. 8 out of 10.
I give it a 6.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. It was unnecessary.
It was a lot of like unnecessary stuff.
Tariq, Kanan.
No, not just that. My thing about it, we're in season 5 and they're putting certain characters in moments to make us like to build suspense. But if you know these characters for 5 seasons, you already know how they're gonna react or how they're supposed to react.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't feel the tension.
Okay,
so
I think you
a
meant-
lot of moments fell flat for me in this
Okay.
episode.
I got
and
you.
that's just how I feel about that episode in general. With Tommy, with Tasha, with Ghost, a lot of that just felt flat.
Yeah.
The veterans.
Yeah.
They you
Day
obviously
ones.
know
The
how
day
they're
ones,
supposed to
yeah.
react. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
it felt
sad.
flat for me. So that was a whack episode.
I hope
so,
it doesn't turn into Empire. Like I had high
Oh,
hopes for
God.
Empire at first,
Yeah.
So did I, actually.
but then it's just like,
Yeah, I know. So moving on to the next topic,
That was
guys. This I know. I'm trying to
Good
run
job.
through these before we end the show. So that's how we run the show, guys. This past week there was a holiday. Did you guys acknowledge it?
What was the
National
holiday?
Girlfriend's Day.
Nigga, I'm single.
What?
wait, really?
Yes.
Nigga, we have you on Facebook.
Yeah, we do have you on Facebook.
I'm single, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then who is this Kenneth Rayside on Facebook who's in a relationship?
First off, why you putting that nigga's government out
You
there?
just said it before on the podcast. This is public information now.
Wait a minute. Well, I mean, things happen
Tone,
week
take
to
his
week.
mic away.
I mean, he's a celebrity now. He's
Oh.
Insta familiar now.
Don't steal my jokes.
No.
I'm not stealing your joke. I was appreciating it. Shout out to Evan Combest for that joke. Well, also, I'm supposed to shout you out every time. Oh, Pat and Pen, Evan Combest joke. Evan Combest.
There you go,
No,
yeah.
no, chill.
But National Girlfriend's Day. Have you ever? Did you even know this was a thing?
No.
Valentine's Day?
No, National Girlfriend's Day.
Same.
This
Sounds like two
I
sides
didn't-
of the same coin.
That sounds like national.
That
sounds like National Grandparents Day. Is like, do you
Is
really?
there? Wait,
yes,
is
there is.
Yes, there is.
When is it?
It's sometime in June. It's
Yo.
it's
Grandma, shout out to Grandma.
it's-
I love
Sorry.
my grandmother.
Yeah, I love my.
I would definitely celebrate
Yes.
National Grandparents Day before National Girlfriend's Day.
facts.
Listen, lady.
Listen again, lady. Listen, lady. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, listen, lady. I'm not with it. I'm not doing. You're not getting. Like, how many holidays and gifts do you need centered around you?
One,
I mean,
one or two.
Because you got your birthday, you got Valentine's Day, you got anniversaries, Christmas, National Girlfriend's Day.
I mean, there's only one Earth Day.
Exactly.
But then
Exactly.
again, we also forget about that shit too.
Exactly. I
don't. I know what
recycled
it
on the
is.
way here.
I know what it is.
No, guys forget a lot of stuff
I'm
that
dumb.
pertains to women. Unfortunately,
I'm
wait a minute. These people exist. That's exactly how our
Self-admitted.
feelings
But wait,
are.
Evan, did you celebrate National Girlfriend's Day?
with who?
Oh,
Oh,
perfect. See, there you go.
Me and a hander? Yeah, we definitely we got it in. We had a nice intimate night. I laid out the candle.
ew.
I made sure everything was nice and sensual.
Stop.
Can
She
I,
knows you like the back of your hand. Huh?
yeah, the back of my hand. I don't touch that black bitch.
We're canceled. We're canceled. We're fucking canceled.
Just like that.
We're canceled. Just like that. It's easy.
Oh my god, we're wilding. See, we're wilding. All right, last topic.
Go ahead.
Before we end out this podcast, this was going on throughout the week. I saw a lot of women getting mad at this conversation.
Okay.
And I want to know what you guys think about it. When women are dissatisfied sexually with a man, they may air him out, try to talk trash about the man.
Oh, subs.
Yeah, throw subs or throw subs at his sex game. Say it's whack, your dick's little, da da da, and the man might come out and just say, "Still beat." Now, is there? Wait, let me finish. Is there a stronger response to "is I still beat"? Like, can you say anything after that? Like, I feel like that's checkmate. That's checkmate to me. Why y'all laughing? I want to know.
The checkmate is done.
Yeah,
It's
I still
clipped.
beat.
It's clipped. Cut it out.
I
You
still-
done.
I
You
still beat.
I mean, like,
But to have to use it as a defense.
that's just super petty. It's too petty for like.
Is
there's
it even
no-
necessary at that point?
Yeah, it's
like
unnecessary.
rap battle. Like, just mentality. You're just saying, yo, I gotta respond to this. They're talking wild about me. You really need to address it. You're stooping to their level at that point.
The funny thing about it is it doesn't come into play until the woman gets out of hand and starts trying to wild out. If they didn't say anything, then we wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't have to say I still beat.
But I won't say
if
anything.
you didn't disrespect me, I wouldn't have to say I still beat. And saying I still beat isn't like disrespectful. What's disrespectful about I still beat? Because literally all I'm saying is that, yo, why are you trying to diss me when we've shared the most intimate of connections with each other?
Yeah, but then she's saying, yo, it was whack. I mean, maybe the nigga was going around saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm king of this.
If you didn't enjoy it, why are you trying to belittle me?
There has to be a reason
and trying to say that, oh, you broke, you this and that. It's like, but you let me in.
Something happened to happen before that. Something had to happen before that.
But why
initiate it?
But why would you talk trash about somebody that you shared that type of intimacy with?
Honestly, there shouldn't be a point to it, because it's like if you want to quote unquote win that argument, then you shouldn't be like responding to negativity like that. If she's saying, oh, dick little, like 1-2 stroke game, one pump chump, shit like that, it's like yo, just let her talk. Let her
know
get
a lot of these phrases though. Yeah, well, yeah, you know a lot of these phrases. Why you know a lot of those phrases?
You seem to be very familiar.
Yo,
Relax.
What's good, bro?
Relax.
You want to talk about it?
No.
That's no problem. That's
What?
no problem.
Why are you whistling? Don't catcall me, bro.
You don't want
trying to set the scene up, because maybe he was whistling and
maybe you got to set the tone.
Don't do that.
That was whack.
Yeah.
What? He's setting the tone, and plus Tone looked up. So
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't tell him to get out. No,
I'm telling you.
Really. Well, I feel like I got some reserves about this, because it's like, if you're gonna get to that point where you got to feel petty and say something, then something had to have initiated and sparked that initial like saying. Like, it can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to talk trash about your dick game out of nowhere. No, like, something had to have sparked that.
Some women do that.
Out of nowhere.
Now it sounds like you got experience with it.
Yeah.
Okay, but what do you feel like was the reason behind it?
Okay, it was the woman. She was being petty because, like, we did that. We shared that moment. And then, let's say, it could be months later where she might ask something out of me and I don't give it. Now here come the subs. Okay. Little dick niggas don't want to, da-da-da. Or minute men shouldn't be, da-da-da. You want to be all this, but you a minute man, da-da. It's like, yo, I still beat. What are you trying to say, lady?
What are you trying to say, lady? Stop saying all this to me, lady.
No, I'm just saying.
Talking wild, lady. Oh, jeez, leave me alone, lady.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying. It just seems like, yo, if you wouldn't come out of pocket at me, I wouldn't have to remind you. Still beat.
I get that. I mean, but that's, again, going back to that manfidence, that pride, where you're just like, oh, I got to step up for mine. I got to speak up for mine. I still did the act.
But why do women feel the need to shit on a man's sex game?
Because that's what we hold in a high regard. We're attached to it. That's what we feel is like our end all be all. That's our manhood right there. It's like, oh, if we have a big one or a small one, we're still going to deny it all the time.
Because you still let me beat.
But that's why it would be so sensitive of a topic for you to address it like that.
But that's why I'm reminding you.
But do you
I still beat. And what? What we talking about?
I feel like we should leave this to the viewers, because they definitely need to sound off on this. I feel like we're very divided. Can we not?
No, I'm just saying, before we close out the topic and end the whole podcast and everything, I'm just saying that I feel like when it comes to that type of stuff, and you share that type of intimacy with a person, and later on in the line you two have a falling out or whatever, if you were dissatisfied with the sex, that's something that's between you two. Because once you try to bring in the whole world and bring them in and try to publicly shame somebody because it's something you shared with the person, I'm gonna remind you, I still beat. You let me in, it's over. Conversation over. Because at the end of the day, you're only making yourself look stupid.
And nobody wants to look stupid.
That's what I'm saying. You only made yourself look stupid, because once you try to make it sound like, oh, you a bum, you live with your dad, you live in the basement with your parents, and you only making this much money. Yeah, you and your parents live in the basement. Y'all share in the basement. You only make $12 an hour. This and that. It's like when you make fun of a man for those type of things, like the world is looking at you. Well, why'd you let him fuck? If you knew all of that,
okay,
that's what I still beat means. Why'd you let me fuck? Why?
But that's you putting yourself down with it. See, I mean, I guess it's a humble brag. It's a humble brag.
In a way, imagine like you gave money to a homeless person and used it and bought alcohol. Oh, you know, he's like, you still gave me the money. It's like, you still gave me the money.
Well, you just take the money back.
Still donated.
Still donated. Still supporting.
Yeah, you still donated.
Thanks for the charity, bro.
Still gave back. Exactly. Still charitable. Like,
still got drunk on.
Yo, these bums is out here doing all this crazy shit. It's like, nah, I'm done with you. I'm not doing that no more. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
Just want to sound off on that one.
I see what you're saying. I disagree, but
How you disagree? We got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes. Bet. All right, so boom.
Yeah. All right. So boom.
All right, so
Changes
boom.
everything.
So look. If you feel the need to defend yourself, you're really only giving into that same negativity. You're feeding into what she wants. You're giving her what she wants. You're adding more fuel to the fire that she's bringing onto social media where she's talking up all those subs.
I feel like you're cutting it off because after I still beat, what can she say?
She can keep going and keep pestering you, but it's like, yo, if you ignore it, if you block her, whatever, out of sight, out of mind.
I could block you and I still beat.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like
you can't unblock this dick. Just saying. Just saying. If I'm putting myself in those shoes of that nigga, you still. What it is? I did it. Still beat. Can't unblock this dick.
You sound like Stephon.
Can't
that
unsuck
sounds like
it.
one of those playground
Can't unsuck it.
arguments right there. It's like,
but it's an end all be all. It's when you phrase it like that, it sounds like that.
But it sounds childish.
When you phrase it like that, but it wouldn't have to be used if it's the other person.
Yeah, but it still sounds childish. It's like at the end of the day, we're both two adults. If this is how you want to air out our business and you want to seek closure or, you know, just vent, then that means you might need to see some other people. Like, you know, I don't understand why you got to be so public about something, like you said, that's intimate between us.
Exactly.
But if they felt the need to do that because it sparked off of something else, then I would say don't address it.
My thing is ultimately I've never seen whatchamacallit, a man come out after a sexual experience with a woman and talk trash about the woman's
on IG.
Because when that happens,
on IG.
Because when that
in
happens,
public, yes.
when that happens,
yes.
the man is like, "Yo, you're shaming this girl. Like you're trying to call her a slut. You're trying to like do all these things. Like, so I feel like why isn't that same energy carried over to the other side?
I feel like it doesn't need to be carried over at all. Just don't address it. No reply is the best response.
All right, so
I feel like let's let the fans.
We'll let the fans come in, sound off. Please let us know because you can see we have reached an impasse here. Let us know what you think. Please let us know. Hit us up on our social medias or tweet us at the Can We Not, hashtag it, and we'll read it and get back to you. And before we get to our last viewer question,
the Can We Not,
the question closer, the Can We Not question closer by Kenneth Rayside.
Long title.
Shout out to City World Radio one more time. Shout out to Sky's Crescent Radio. If you watch this, make sure you like, subscribe.
Thanks for letting us use your studio, Sky.
Thank you so much.
So, Kenneth, you want to close us out with the question for the next topic?
So boom, next episode. I want to hear I want to respond with people's responses to this question. What are your relationship pet peeves? What is something that if it happens in a relationship irritates you to no end? It could be literally anything. I will mention it. I will mention like the most like significant ones to me. I'll sound off on mine. I'm sure my co-host will do the same.
Oh, I got a lot.
Oh, you do?
I got a lot.
Oh, so next episode about to be fire.
No.
No. I agree.
Boo! Get the fuck out of here!
I hope that was to yourself.
It's to you. Don't ever call me whack. Only I call me whack. But yeah, that's it.
That's about it.
So yeah, guys, please make sure you hit us up about pet peeves in your relationships and let Kenneth know, let me know, let Akai know. Hit us up. Let us know.
Medias, yep.
All of our on your socials.
Yep.
All our
security
DPSs.
DPSs.
Yeah.
With the DPS.
Download platforms, digital platforms of streaming.
Oh. That makes sense.
DSPs. It was DSPs.
There you go.
Digital streaming platforms. Whatever. But guys, that's all the time we have for you this week on the Can We Not podcast. The podcast where we talk about a bunch of stuff that you guys will like hearing about. We're the hottest niggas in these streets. I'll let you know one last time. And we're out of here. So, peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, man.
Big in the middle of that podcast. That's why I stopped talking.
I was so confused when y'all said beat. I thought he was saying, well, I still like beat off.
Oh, no.
How is that a good response?
I still do. I don't need you.
That's what I was thinking the whole time until y'all like
Clear it up. Oh my god.